And with two mass shootings in the span of just 13 hours, many folks right here in Siouxland as well as across the country continue to grieve today, grief sparking many questions and concerns.
Yes, and those happening for people of all ages. KCAU-9 reporter Marina Bach tells us how these feelings can lead to some important conversations for the whole family. Marina?
Yes, Tim and Bridget, with the widespread news of these shootings, even kids are now starting to take notice, many of them asking their own questions and then expressing their own fears. Local mental health professionals say it's important that parents take the time to answer these serious questions that those kids may be having.
Super sad and super unfortunate, but all we can ever do is move forward, and it's a scary place out there.
Kelly Reeby is the mother of 4 young children. She is one of many parents having to have a conversation about the recent tragedies.
It's hard to know where the line is on how much is too much detail, because a little bit of fear is okay, but you don't want to be outright scared.
Many children are being exposed to these tragedies through social media, friends, and outside conversations. That's why this is an opportunity for parents to address how their kids are feeling.
We can be available. So they may have questions. They may have questions that we would not have anticipated. So just being available to talk as a parent and be supportive is extremely important.
I think by talking about it, we let her know that we're going to try to help them not let that happen to them. And if they ever, see something scary or unsafe, they need to talk to her dad or I about it.
But after those tough conversations, what do we do next? I sat down with child therapist Laura Finn to talk about some ways parents can help children cope with emotions after tragedy.
We can teach children calming techniques like breathing, talking about their feelings, and just being able to express that and let it out. That can really help a child develop adaptive ways to deal with big feelings.
Bad things are going to happen, and how we cope with them in a positive way will mean a lot to everybody.
Through these tough conversations, it can now become a bridge to an even bigger topic that parents may need to discuss with their children, such as their mental health, depression, drugs, or even alcohol. It's going to give parents and kids a better flow of communication between each other. Live in the newsroom, Marina Bach, KCAU 9 News.